right, story number 9. It is time for the Community Insider, our weekly partnership with the Los Angeles Sentinel and correspondent Judith Wandu. Joining us this morning, it's always good to have you. You always have so many amazing stories. One that you're working on this week is about making neighborhoods a little safer in South LA?
Yeah, so Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace is actually awarding some of the grassroots organizers who are working to make neighborhoods safer in South LA. So that's going to be Akilah Harris, LAFD Captain Robert Hawkins, and Stephanie Graves. So these people are working so hard to just prioritize community outreach and community intervention. And they understand that there's a connection between factors like poverty and trauma and crime. And so they're going to get the Akil Bashir Community Safety Leadership Award.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. All right, next, she is somebody that many of us got to know on Hamilton, but now you can catch this actress, Renee Goldsberry, on stage at the Ford in Hollywood. So what's she doing?
Yes, so she actually won a Tony for her role as Angelica in Hamilton. That was one of my favorite characters in Hamilton. She's also starred in Rent, if you know the character Mimi, but all the characters that she's played in her robust career in musical theater, she's actually starting to release an album. So the album is going to debut tomorrow at the Ford Theater. It's called Who I Really Am. So she's going to focus more on her own artistry. You can expect some of the hip hop, pop, and soul influences that you've grown to love from her musical theater roles, but it'll be her own album and documentary. It's called Satisfied.
Oh, it sounds really interesting. I want to check that out. And then finally, Watts Tower, there's a big celebration going on.
Yes, so this is going to be a pretty big celebration of jazz and culture and the Watts Tower this weekend. So on Saturday, it's the 43rd Day of the Drum. And then on Sunday, it's the 48th Watts Tower Jazz Festival. So it'll be pretty incredible. You can expect a tour, a guided tour of the Watts Tower on Sunday. And then so many amazing Grammy-nominated jazz musicians are going to be performing at the Day of the Drum. It'll be great. And there's also going to be a cultural feast. This is what I like to call it, is a cultural musical feast. So there'll be Korean classical music, Afro-Venezuelan music, and indigenous Yoruba and Filipino music there as well.
So it sounds like a lot of fun. And, you might hear something that you've never heard before. So I love that. Thanks so much, Judith. All right, for all the information on all of these stories and so much more, be sure to check out this week's edition of the Los Angeles Sentinel. You can scan that QR code on your screen right there for all the details. You can also sign up for a free electronic copy of their weekly newspaper.